Hey everybody, Matthew Armstrong here on day 68 of this 100-day financial freedom challenge. And I want to tell you about the polar bear. The polar bear who went into a bar. And the polar bear went up to the bar and sat down on the bar stool. Got a few glances from people. And the polar bear sat up at the bar. And the barman comes over and looks at the polar bear and says, "Can I help you?" And the polar bear says, "Yes, I will have a pint of Guinness." And the barman says, "Why the big pause?" And the polar bear says, "I don't know, I've had them all my life." So anyway, today I want to talk to you about the quitter, the stressor and the master. And to have this understanding will allow you to actually transcend wherever you are right now and move to a higher level in whatever you choose to master in your life. So this can be understood. Whenever we start, I'll use the example of a martial artist because it's something I've been teaching martial arts for many years and practicing martial arts. And let's see if we can get some more light on the go. Is that better? I think it's better. So in martial arts, when someone comes and trains, you kind of know very quickly, are they going to be a quitter, are they going to be a stressor, or are they going to be a master, you know? And so at first when we start, we kind of plateau. We plateau at the start. You know, if someone comes to a martial arts class, they, the first week or the first 2 weeks, maybe don't really get too much. You know, they'll learn some stuff, but all they're really seeing is how incompetent they are at moving. You know, people don't realize how incompetent they are with movement. You know, because they don't practice it. And suddenly they come to a class and like, I got to do this and this and this, and how do I do all that? You know, and all they really kind of realize is how incompetent they are the first few weeks, which is quite funny. So the quitter kind of will go home and maybe their friends will go, so show me what you learned at this martial arts class, you know. And I said, well, I learned this technique and you did this and you did this and you did this. And they said, well, while you're trying to do this with my wrist, I'm punching you in the face. This stuff obviously doesn't work, right? And the quitter kind of sees that maybe I'm just not very good at this sort of stuff and it doesn't work for me. So they plateau, you know. So you start off at something and you start off on a plateau. And the first few weeks you're just kind of realizing that how crap at it you are, you know. It's like conscious, and suddenly, before you started it, you were unconsciously incompetent. And then after you started, you're consciously incompetent, if you know what I mean. So you kind of go along going from unconsciously incompetent to being consciously incompetent. And it just like goes along here, and the quitter goes, the quitter goes, I'm just crap at this, I'll just quit. And the quitter just quits, right? Because they're just on this plateau and they're not getting any better. And they just think, well, this obviously isn't for me, that's kind of how the mind works. But then there's the stressor. And the stressor's like, why won't this work? What's wrong with this? I must be doing the technique wrong. And they'll come up to me, they'll come up to the instructor and say, show me this technique again. It doesn't seem to be working right for me. And I didn't get it perfectly first time. Do I do this? Do I do this? Is this the angle here? And then they'll go home. They'll say, I need people to practice with. So they'll start trying to do it on people and they'll not do very well. And then they'll stress about it. They'll stress about it. And they'll come to class again and they'll say, well, I tried that. It didn't work. What about this way? And so they stress and stress and stress and stress. And they keep stressing. And eventually, after enough stressing, this happens. They suddenly shoot up their level. And they suddenly get up to a new level. And suddenly they start to become competent. They start to become consciously competent. These are the 4 levels of learning that we're learning as well. There's the 4 levels of learning. The first one is unconsciously incompetent. Where we just don't know that we're crap, right? The second level is consciously incompetent, where we suddenly realize, God, I'm crap at this, whatever it is, right? But then after a while, the stressor just keeps stressing about it and keep working at it and pulling the hair out and growing a few grey hairs, and suddenly, they go up another level. You know, you see it in the gym as well. You know, someone starts the gym. Yeah, it's January. Get my year's gym membership, and they go to the gym and they work out like crazy for a week, and then they're all pain and sore, and they're like, oh. They look in the mirror and they stand on the scales and they can't lift any more weight, and they're like, I haven't changed a bit, and they see they haven't really changed, and then they quit, right? But the stress just keeps going, you know, and then shoots up to a higher level, right? Of competence. The master, you know, when the master starts something new, because even masters will do new things at times, right? You know, they'll learn to master new skill sets and things. So when the master starts off, they're going along and they're just like, well, this is normal. I'm plateauing because this is a new thing, right? They understand the process of learning, and so they just, instead of quitting and instead of stressing about it, they just keep doing it. They just keep doing it. They just keep doing what needs to be done, knowing that the fruits will come, knowing that the results will come. It's just a matter of time. They just needed to keep taking the actions and making the right decisions. And so after a while, the master goes, and they go, oh, yeah, here it is. This is me actually getting something now. And they keep going up, and then plateau. Because you're not always just making progress. You plateau as well, you know. So you plateau again. You know, we make progress and then we plateau, whether it's in business. Our business grows, and then it plateaus. And then we do some restructuring and changes and new innovation and bring in new managers and whatever to bring in a new sales force, whatever, to grow it. Open up a new place, whatever it is, you know. And so plateaus again. And if the quitter maybe just got past this bit, then the quitter gets to here and is like, well, I'm just not getting any better. This is like the highest level of it, obviously. So they kind of get bored of it, and then the quitter kind of drops off here, and the stressor's like gets to here and like, why aren't I getting any better? You know, the stress is pulling in the hair out again, going, why can't I get any better at this? I just need to keep doing this, and you know, and they'll break through eventually, but it's with stress that they break through. So they'll get to here and they'll just like stress, and then they go up, right? So the master's coming up here, and the master gets up to here, and the master goes on to this plateau, and the master is on the plateau. That's the stressor. Stressor there. Master's on the plateau, and the master just goes, oh, a plateau. And they just keep doing it, and sometimes they need to change things. Sometimes they go, oh, I've hit a plateau. So that means we need to restructure. That means I need to immerse myself in this. That means I need to take a break. Because sometimes when we hit a plateau, whatever it is, just say it's in martial arts, sometimes it means that we need to suddenly immerse ourselves deeper. You know, like go and train with some master somewhere, or go and just train every single day, day and night for a week. Immerse ourselves for a week in it, and then suddenly our level will jump up. Or sometimes we just need to take a complete break. You know, sometimes just say we've been going to the gym and we're pumping weights all the time. You know, the body's just had enough. It's not going to grow anymore. Sometimes you just need to take a break from all that. Give the body a rest, then go back to it after a week or two, and then suddenly growth happens again, right? Or, you know, same with martial arts. Sometimes our heads are just so fried because we're so in it, doing all the techniques and all the training. Sometimes you just need to take a step back and look at it. Okay, and then get involved again. So sometimes, you know, plateau does require change, but the master understands this. The master knows, okay, so let's have a look at this. Maybe I need to immerse myself. Maybe I need to do this. But they don't stress because they understand plateaus happen, right? Great T-shirt. Plateaus happen, you know. And yeah, they do. Plateaus happen. So that will just keep coming up, and then another plateau will happen. By this time, the quitter doesn't get to this level. The quitter's gone. If the quitter doesn't go down here, the quitter goes here. That's them gone, you know. And enough struggle, you know, enough struggle without results. They just quit, right? And so the stressor, the stress is like crazy again. Stresses all the way along the plateau, and then eventually shoots up again. The master again It's the plateau, and it goes, oh, another plateau, you know, because the master knows. The master knows that plateaus happen. And whenever you hit a plateau in life, just know that it's not the end of the line. It's not that you're not going to get any better. You've just hit a plateau. And sometimes that requires changing some things around. You know, it's always feedback. Everything is feedback. Sometimes it requires just doing exactly the same thing as you were doing. And the more we do things in life, the more we take action, the more intelligence we have around these sort of things. And the more we know that, oh, we just hit a plateau. Or if we have a mentor or coach, they can say to us, look, you just hit a plateau, don't worry about it. What you need to do now is you need to immerse yourself. You need to learn something new. You need to take your business to the next level. You need to take your training to the next level. Now you need to do this type of training, or now you need to take a break and rest yourself before moving into this next thing. You know, depending on what arena of life it's in, this is going to happen. You're going to have plateaus, you're going to have times of growth, you're going to have more plateaus, you're going to have times of growth, you're going to have more plateaus, you're going to have times of growth, and you get to choose who you are. You get to choose, are you the quitter, are you the stressor, or are you the master? Because you know what, the stressor, they can't take that much. The nervous system can't take that much, you know. So the stressor will stress here, get up to here, stress here, maybe get up to here if they've got a strong enough nervous system, stress here, and then maybe that's just too much. They'll just blow, they'll break down, they'll have like a nervous breakdown, or they'll get burnt out, and then they quit. So eventually the stressor quits. Eventually the stressor quits after some level, or they get to a level and they just don't grow anymore. They just take a step back and just have a maintenance sort of thing, and they just keep going at that level, and they never actually have any more growth because they don't do whatever they need to do. But the master is someone who keeps growing, keeps expanding, keeps evolving infinitely, and that's the life of the master. So you get to choose who you're going to be in life, you know, what role you're going to play. And we've all played the three roles in different things. We've all played the quitter, we've all played the stressor, we've all played the master. We've all done it, you know. But you get to choose right now who you're going to be from now on. Are you going to be the quitter? Are you going to be the stressor? Are you going to be the master? You know, it doesn't take a genius just to realize that, you know, to be a master in life, to choose to master life is a phenomenal thing. And why else would we choose anything else? You know, anything else would just be insane. So choose to be a master, and if you haven't already done so, click the link below, join our team, and become financially free and master the game of wealth. Master your finances. By mastering your finances, you'll magnify every other area of your life, and I look forward to connecting with you there. Okay, see you in the next video.